Let's make sure I have it's good. Okay. So all right. So I'm still kind of working on some new features, but for the most part, one of the things that I am currently trying to dial in is the volume, because what I've noticed yesterday in NVIDIA was when I was using GammaBox to set up a position. And let me go back to the 1 minute candle real quick here. So yesterday, this was a winning trade that GammaBox gave me pretty much the full setup, the call option to get into. But one of the things that I was asking and looking for was the volatility of where everything was at. But we'll hold off. I got more people jumping on, but want to make sure I have, everyone on board so we can move on and get this day rolling. Trying to see about this news, trying to get the news working here. All right, so I'm looking at Meta. Meta yesterday had a pretty significant drop, and then also in the news, yesterday, they did announce that they're going to be letting go all the Metaverse folks. And so when that news came out yesterday, that would have been a perfect opportunity right there to get into a puts contract. Because, I mean, it literally dropped from opening at the high of 642 down to at a low of the day at 624. So what I'm looking for Meta is, so this is what it's giving me right now, 631. Bullish trigger 631 above, and then below is 625. So anything that breaks below these two levels, otherwise I would stay out of any trades, but I would have a confirmation to make sure, but also volume profile. Yesterday I did actually pretty well on NVIDIA, and just kind of give you an idea. The way that the system is set up is it first sets your support resistance on the 5 minute candle, the opening candle. Now, if it's a small range, then it just looks for volatility based on where it is on the VWAP. But otherwise, normally you can follow the 5 minute opening high and low, and then deterministic of where the market is going to head. But one of the things that I am trying to do currently is knowing when the institutions are coming on board. And I mean, clearly right here, there was a sell-off over 1.52 million shares. And so at this point, what I had GammaBox was doing was I was querying it, asking questions, and eventually it gave me a recommendation, wait for a confirmation on the candles of exactly how much in profile. So another thing that I am currently doing per each symbol, because each symbol has a specific amount of medium volume profile. So for instance, Tesla usually around 150,000 and above, whether it's bulls or bears, usually will move that symbol. Same thing goes, of course, with NVIDIA. Anything above 500,000 will extremely move the market. but just depending on things of where it's at on the VWAP versus where it is on the opening high or opening low for support and resistance. And so ultimately, what I was able to do was the system gave me a confirmation right here, and it just confirmed over and over that it was going to be going up. And I kind of got out pretty early on some of the trades, but I was able to cash out about $200 in about, I would say, a 30-minute span time. So really, that's what I'm looking for. That's what the system is looking for when it comes to trades, is that it is looking for the VWAP, the SMA crossover, and then wherever the resistance and support and opening. But then my targets, usually how it's going to be set, is going to be either the low of the day or the high of the day previous day. But otherwise, I usually will just set runners. Now, I'm still kind of working on the auto trading portion to where, and we're going to go ahead and set back to 5 minutes. So to where it ends up providing a setup. And so here we go. So I added a new feature, this scoreboard here. I got to make sure that it's running live. Let me make sure. I want to make sure that this is working because I just built this yesterday. The scoreboard. Let's see. All right. So it's going to be about 30 minutes to 45 minutes before anything happens. And even the system will tell you, like, don't get in anything until, but there are templates here to be able to give your pre-market analysis where everything's currently at. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to set. Apple's looking pretty strong today. Dang. All right, so let's look at Apple. Apple looks like a fairly decent setup for 0 to 3 day. I see a huge gap down on Tesla. All right, so I'm going to look at Apple. So there's the scores. So how the scoreboards is 4 quarters, kind of. I try to do it sport like. So 4 quarters, the first quarter 9:30 to 11:30, second quarter 11:30 during lunch, 1300 to before power hour for third quarter, and the last quarter. So what it would entail is it can show you and tell you the rollovers that are currently happening in the market. If it goes from a bullish to bearish day, whatever, and you could be able to utilize the scoring to determine exactly if it's neutral or not, and whether you have any play in those. Like yesterday, pretty much the SPY was completely washed, no movement at all. So it just gives you a validation, more or less. But what I got to make sure, I'm curious to see is, and now it goes by the 5-minute candlesticks. So I'm curious to see if it's going to actually register, because it is a new feature that I just put on. So okay, it is rendering. Just bear with me. I'm going to be so Apple looks like a good play. NVIDIA, there's no direction yet. All right, so I'm going to focus on Apple a little bit here. And the reason being is just the only issue is I don't have this. I need to get this in my table. Looks like it's working. Yes. Okay, good. So the scoreboard is working now. Now this one isn't. I gotta refresh this. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Yeah. So right now Apple is in the lead, 1-0. And that's the thing, is like you can look at the charts and validate, this, because what it's using is the 5-minute So the candle body has to be more than 75% in order to get a score. So that way it gives you the understanding of the volume profile, but also the direction of where everything is heading. But if I were to look at the SPY also, same thing, is the 5-minute window right here. It has a red candle that's 75% or more. So that score does match up to that. So, but the purpose of the scoreboard is that you can have this on the side and be able to look at exactly what's happening in real time. And you'll also be able to see it in there. And so understanding GammaBox is not like you can set it and forget it. But it is connected to when I can solidify the alerts. I just right now there's a lot of nuances and things that I have to program in. Certainly from a machine learning perspective, because what I was trying to do originally was trying to make it more deterministic with math, but unfortunately there's a lot of false positives that come with that. So there's other things that I have to put into place in order for AI and also math to make sense. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. All right, so Meta actually looks like there is a potential play for a puts. And this is where the goal is that I do 1 or 2 trades a day and get in and get out. Like I don't hold anything. Now I did hold Apple the day before, and I was able to get about $100 once it rebounded back to where it was predicting to be. But so let's look at Meta here. And I want to go time frame, opening range, breakout setup. So what this is telling me right now, just based off the chart, there's volume. It's looking like it's going to be a bearish day. So this is already given a trade recommendation setup. But as of right now, it is way too soon to even think about getting into it. So below prices below opening range low. Yep, bullish breakout, not a bullish. Got it. So 630. The nearest is actually 2D TE. Yeah, so I needed to have it look for breaks below 625. Yeah, so there's a breakout right now on Meta. I would probably look for a current price 623, breaks below. Yep, bearish bias confirmed. So it's giving me 16. So that's 2-day, not 3-day. 645, which is right here. It says $2,300, 92 delta, but a theta of minus negative 55. Mid price asking. $6.45. So what I would do if that does move in that direction, I'll come back to that, but I will pre-position kind of want to see order, setup order. This is something I'm still working on right here. Is the ordering. All right, so the rules are pullback or breakout, pullback, retest. So we got to see what's going to happen here with Meta. Let's look at the scoreboard. So Apple, yeah, I can see that. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Duplicate. Meta, Microsoft. All right, let's check Microsoft out. Right now, it looks like it's very bullish. It's showing moderately bullish, but we'll see. Let's see if there's anything in the news. Yeah, we'd have to wait for a bar to pick up. SPY's kind of mid neutral. Meta is it almost seems like there's a opportunity here, but the volume. So this is a good thing about this. What is the last 3 weeks of volume per movement? Is that you can be able to source live data immediately. So it is connected to a live a system. So yeah, if it breaks here, I'm most likely going to, if it confirms here, I'm going to probably break into a contract. Probably do 2 contracts and just see if I can write it down to 619. But let's see. I'm kind of curious. It's going to probably retest back up, bound back up, and then come back down. But there's not enough volume to. So what I'm going to look for here. This is Meta. Yeah. Yeah, let's ask per 1 minute. So we'll see. Yeah, if it breaks below here, I'm gonna stay solid in. Let's see. Minimum volume. Yep. Ideal volume 125 to 175,000. Breakout confirmation 200,000. So there really isn't anything right now giving me any good. So anything that's below 70,000 is trading sideways, which it is right now. Moderate trend potential. Yeah. So I would stay out until we can get confirmation of that volume picking up. So, because yeah, as you can see right now, the bulls just scored, meaning that there's a 5-minute candlestick that confirms. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna stay out of that one for right now. Pretty much neutral on SPY. There's nothing happening there. Apple. Let's look at NVIDIA and see if we can find any entries. So let's do volume analysis. Actually, NVIDIA looks very, very enticing because the volume profile right now is matching what I was able to get on yesterday is almost the same thing. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is about to flush. So I'm looking at a 190 in the money. I would do 4 contracts. Once I could confirm a high volume candlestick, knowing that the bears are in control. And this may next candle will probably determine where and when I get in. Let's do a volume analysis right now. Where's it at on the? Yep, there it is. All right. I'm going to wait one more candlestick and I'll probably get in. Unless it's over 500,000. Yeah, I'm in. All right. So I'm in NVIDIA. 5 contracts, $1,000, $945 a piece. I would say my target price, or actually I'm putting 4 contracts. Our target will be about probably right at 10. Yeah, this is about the flush. I mean, you can look at the puts volume right there that this is going to be getting flushed. I'll put my stop loss right here, but I should have waited probably for this candlestick here. This just looks like it's a institution sell-off. Yeah, it's a shakeout. There it goes. Okay. Now, so my system is connected to my account that it can track. What's my current order status? Yeah, they're in total control right now, so I'm not even worried. Now, with this being programmatic, one of my goals is that you'll be able to set your order and then the traps will go. But based on what I'm seeing is that every symbol I have to set based on what the volume profile is, because that's what's going to determine ultimately when you need to get in and out. Once there's a top out of once it hits resistance to once it hits support, and it goes. But like right now, I could probably just let go 1 contract here. So I got 4 contracts total. I went ahead and let 1 go, and I'll just start selling off contracts as it goes down. But the idea is that the system will be able to do this for you. This is unfortunately with Tasty Trades. It has to be 100% programmatic, unfortunately. And that's where I'm running into issues. So like I had luck with Alpaca, but some people do not have, some folks don't have the capability to have a $25,000 account. So with Alpaca, you had to have a margins account. That's why from a programmatic perspective, that's why I went with Tasty Trades was for the very fact that I was able to do cash accounts. So that way it entices people. Even with a $5,000 account, you can get in and get out without having a $25,000 account, and you're subject to pattern day trading. So right now I'm just watching volume. It does show. So critical note. That's weird. Let me see if I can check again. Yeah, so at this point, I'm just waiting and watching. I'm not too worried because just the volume of bulls to bears is pretty substantial. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of coiling right here, but I think it will eventually take a drop. I'm just watching the volume. Sold off another contract. So I got 2 more contracts left. So what I'll probably do is, so this is the thing that I have to be able to program is trail stop in the system. But unfortunately for right now, based on everything that it gives, GammaBox can give is, I mean, in reality, it's more or less, it takes the complete emotions out of trading. Now, could I have gotten more contracts with a $15,000 account that we have? Possibly, but I didn't want to go all in on this one, knowing though that this was gonna flush based on this candlestick right here, which is almost $1 million. It was right at 914K. So it really was a confirmation that this thing was going to go, and this is going to probably keep going down, probably all the way to 180. It's right now at 196. So I would say I'm going to sell another contract here and then try to see if I can have a runner down. And then, to be honest, I'll probably be done for the day after this, because unless there's anything else I see opportunity wise, that's made a. Tesla's not showing much. SPY's not showing much. So I'm just going to focus on the video for right now. Yeah, so volume is 180.75. Bearish target is 179.50. So it would be, yeah. It's saying all the way down here would be your take profit. And I probably left a lot of money on the table. I did exit out fairly early on some of these, but I don't know why the video is not registering on the scoreboard. Let me check that. probably looks like it's coiling here. Let's check the pattern. So that's a good thing with the templates. It gets you right in and right out exactly what information that you're wanting to look at. So current price is 181. Intraday trading range 180 to 180, 186. Volume first 10 bars. So right now it is, of course, a bear flag, 7 of 10. Descending price channel, not confirmed, full flag completion. So so profit target is 179.50. So I'm gonna hold right now. I'm up for the day, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, it's just coiling right now. I feel like this is about to drop in a second, any moment from now. It should have, and I probably would have waited a little bit here because as you can see the pullback. You can clearly see it here is breakout, pullback, retest, and then this candle right here, 3,029. That's all you're going to get from probably from the buyer's pressure. Let's see what happens on this one. This one should have volume that's around 400,000 potentially from sellers, but I'll be curious to see what this one is because then this should break below the low of the day, which is right here. So once we see the low of the day break out, it should run down. But that's what we're waiting on right here. Yeah, on the scoreboard right now, the Bears are in control. I need to refresh that because I don't know why that's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, it came in. All right, so Tesla's tied. AMD, Meta, the Bears. I kind of feel like it's coiling here a little bit, and that's what I'm waiting on. Identify this as the low of the day. Where am I at? Got some heavy volume right there from the bears. Let's see if it tests. Yeah. 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 Bullish volumes coming back in from what it looks like. We'll see. NVIDIA. Let's see. Yeah, this one's holding a lot longer than I was hoping for, but still got 2 contracts that I'm kind of waiting on this VWAP bounce. SMA is already starting to cross over from what it looks like. Volume is here. Let's do volume analysis. So 4,000 potential reversal. So, yeah, that's what I'm waiting on right now. It's just a, if there is a reversal, then I'm going to get out of the 2 contracts I have left. But this will kind of test. Damn. Yeah, it's a reverse. Shit. Low volume on Microsoft, so I'm not looking at that. Apple, low volume. Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Where's the high of the day? Yeah, Tesla's trading sideways right now. I would wait for a confirmation here to get, let's see what it says. No trade setup, wait for stronger initial entry confirmation. Yeah. Now I'm wondering in NVIDIA if I may have an opportunity to go back in if it drops below, but I'm not seeing the volume. 181 break, 181.50 breakdown. So it would need to pass through here in order for another, yeah. Yeah, there's no volume now. Seems like that was it. Yeah, 181.50. It would have to break below here for me to even think about putting another puts contracts sideways. Nope. Yeah, extremely low volume. Let's go back to NVIDIA and look. Let's look at the support resistance zones. If he breaks through 185, yeah, if it breaks through that 181.50 and it holds, I'll probably get back into and wait for pullback. $183. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a setup. I should have waited for a pullback, and it probably set it here. But I was looking at the scorecard. Right now, it is 1-3 Bulls versus Bears in the NVIDIA. Yeah, right now I'm waiting on volume here. I'm going to put in 6 contracts at $5,000 and then wait. This time I was up about $150, but I should have. I was looking at this candle that everything was going to be good, but then I probably should have backed out once I saw this candlestick that it was pretty much over. I sold off 2 contracts, kept 2, and of course it went back up to VWAP bounce. But right now what I'm waiting on is just as soon as it gets through this chop right here, I'm going to look for a potential entry once it confirms that it closes down, because then most likely the bottom support will be 179.50, which is right around here, which if you look in the past, that is, well, there is no low of the day prior that's using that. So what is current price? Yeah, everything else is dead across the board. There's just no. Tesla looks like it has a bounce, but it's still range. It's still range trading. So there's no. Yeah, there's nothing that I would be confident unless it breaks through here and I get this volume bar. I wouldn't even touch Tesla at all. And it's 2 and 2, which means that it's a range bound day for Tesla. Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen here, because then if this gets retested again, then it most likely will flush, but just based on volatility. Yeah, there may be a reversal at this point. If it breaks through here, then I would wait till it gets. So bull resistance is 182.50. Which is right here. So that's been tested a couple times already. There's nothing else. Nothing else happening. Dang. All right, let's look at this analysis here. So this is given a 65% persistent entry, breaks below 181.50, volume confirmation 500,000, stop loss 182.50, profit target 180.25. So I'm going to follow this recommendation. This move down, I didn't. I kind of just went off. Unfortunately, went off, what I was seeing in the volume. But I'm going to use this recommendation and see exactly if it breaks below the 181.50. But yeah, there's just not much volume happening right now. As I'm saying, there's a potential reversal right here. Let me see if a straddle. It's timing now. Nothing happened in Microsoft. Very low volume. There's no volume. We got 46 minutes to the first half, so we'll see if anything happens. Just waiting on confirmation. This may be it. All right. Should be it. All right, let's go. Let's go in the green. There we go. We're in now. I'm in 6 contracts. This should move down. There we go. There we go. Dang. Yeah, if this turns red right here, this should reverse. There we go. Yeah, Bears are in control. Hopefully. That should be it. Hopefully that will pick up the volume right here. Okay, come on. It literally just needs to break that. Jeez, volume is low. Come on. It's like it's stuck right here. Yeah, I'm going to follow my instincts on this scoreboard and stick with staying in this. I feel that this is going to is going to flush. How much time we have left? 27 minutes to close till the end of the first quarter. There really isn't anything happening on any of these others. We just gotta get to this whipsaw. Yeah, once it breaks through here, should be a green day for me.
Down and then just stalks him. I've never seen a guy less prepared. Watch it happen. Walk. The bed. What was that guy thinking?
Jeez. Complete whipsaw. Finally. GS heavy volume. Jeez. It's like waiting to get through this chop. $16 minutes to lunch. So hopefully, hopefully this gets through. And I can close this out and call it a day and end in the green. There it goes. Golly. So choppy. Let's check out Meta. 3 and 5. 3 to 5. Jesus, chop. It's killing me.